Hello, and thank you for downloading this episode of my podcast. This week in Washington, the House will take up President Obama's first budget proposal. This resolution is more than a spending bill. It encompasses all of the president's priorities, from universal health care to tax increases and cap and trade programs. Everything the president and his partisans want is in this bill. When Congress should be cutting federal spending, as my 1%, 2%, and 5% across the board spending cut bills would do, the president proposes unprecedented federal spending. This budget alone will spend 28.5% of the economy. The United States hasn't spent this much money since World War II. The spending in this budget, when taken with an omnibus bill that raised 2009 spending 8% above 2008 spending, and a pork-laden $792 billion stimulus bill. Taken together, the deficit for this year is $1.8 trillion. That's double the amount from last year. In 2019, the deficit will be $9.3 trillion. That makes the Obama deficit more than all the deficits for all 43 previous presidents combined, total. One thing that I find really interesting is that this budget was put together by an aide to President Obama, a man named Peter Orszag. Back in 2004, when he was a private citizen, Mr. Orszag said that a budget deficit of 3.5% of the GDP was unsustainable. The deficit for this Obama budget is 5.3%. So what's driving this budget up so high? Some of the programs include the president's universal health care system. That system will be paid for by raising taxes on charitable giving, ending the mortgage deduction, and imposing higher taxes on businesses that don't currently offer insurance. These tax hikes will cost the economy 1.6 million jobs and at least $200 million. Tennesseans know from our experience with TennCare that government-run health care means government-rationed health care, where a bureaucrat decides what care you receive and your doctor is only allowed to make helpful suggestions. If you like the idea of the same bureaucrats who brought you IRS audits and AIG bonuses having more say in the exam room than you and your doctor, then you're going to love government-run health care. I believe that we should focus on universal access to care, not universal mandated care that ensures patient-focused care over government-determined cost-effective care. President Obama's cap and trade environmental program, or cap and tax as I like to call it, is another massive tax program in this budget. Cap and tax will result in $3,128 worth of new taxes for every household in America, and that is not my estimation. That estimation comes from a report by MIT. It will cost our economy another 3 to 4 million jobs lost. Those are jobs lost as businesses relocate to avoid higher taxes. And that to the higher gas prices that come from the new $31 billion tax increase on oil and gas companies. And you could see the cost of gasoline increase by, get this, 60%. This is the first great challenge that my colleagues and I will mount to the leadership's tax and spend agenda. As we continue to put our good ideas forward and point out the flaws in theirs, I hope you will continue to keep tabs on this podcast and on our progress. Until next week, thanks for watching.